Welcome to the Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire.
What up? Welcome to the Waiver Wire, where fantasy players become fantasy legends.
What's up, y'all?
No.
Howdy.
This is okay. I hate fantasy football. I don't know why. I wanted to do anything
Feels so
involved with
good.
fantasy football. I fucking hate this
It
shit.
feels so good.
Oh yeah, Dannon
almost won
won.
this week.
Dannon won by how much?
Like a point.
I have it right there if you like.
Oh,
It's
you know.
1.44. 1.44 is
I was wondering what that was.
And I'll say it was less than that until he took 2 kneel downs and lost me however fuck you get for it. I fucking hate fantasy football. I'm rooting for irrational things at the end of this game. The Chargers are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They're winning the game. They're running the ball. I'm like, I know you're up 2 scores, Staley, but for some reason, do a bootleg and run it with Justin Herbert for 30 yards. I need you to throw the ball. It's fucking time, Justin. Oh, I hate fantasy football with all my heart. I hate it. And here we are to give you advice. And my advice is, whatever I say, do the opposite. Whatever I say is wrong, and you do the opposite.
Don't do that.
Because I mean, even in these picks, I was looking through these picks of I kept on the board from last week
Hey
where
man,
my
you said
picks are.
you picked up Dalton Knox. That worked out pretty
Dawson
good.
Knox, baby. It's Dawson. It's Dawson.
I thought Dalton.
You should know you had Josh Allen, and every time
you threw them the fucking ball. Oh my god.
God, it's like we have like a life-size Woody doll that's just sitting in the fucking the room, and we didn't even mention it.
No
this is
acknowledgement.
Devlin. This is Devlin.
What's up?
Devlin
You can call
is a
him
friend of
Woody
ours. Yeah. He decided to dress up like a cowboy just for today.
This is how I dress every day.
This is how we dress in Texas.
We dress in
Every day.
Texas not like this. He didn't ride a horse here. There's no like.
I rode a stallion.
All right. That's a horse.
Well.
But no, we wanted to bring somebody in. He's got the computer set up. We needed somebody, so we sent out the back call, and we got a Woody. It's not Batman, but it's the next best thing. Really, if you
it
think
might
about
even be better.
Hey, listen, Woody's
If you had $1 billion, you would be just as cool as Batman.
I make jokes all the time of people at work in the restaurant industry that we work at that are Buzz Lightyears. And by that, what I mean is that they are people that don't know their toys. They believe that they're there and they're intergalactic warriors providing an experience. It's like, no. You're fucking a toy and you're a part of the rest of the toy box here. We all just serve fucking food. We give you food and drink. Shut your fucking mouth. You're not special. You're not Buzz Lightyear. But eventually, hopefully, they'll be sitting there. I know many Buzz Lightyears. Many Buzz Lightyears.
Since we're on that topic,
Woody Allen's way cooler. I just want to... Not Woody Allen. Woody Allen's not cool. Did you watch that thing about Woody Allen?
No.
Oh man, the Woody Allen documentary on HBO Max will make you say that dude raped children.
He did.
His kid. He fondled his own kid. I mean, and then he continues to make movies. Man, I'll tell you what. I said at the end of last week's podcast that I am the train from Back to the Future 3. I have twins. I'm the train from Back to the Future 3. When we want to stay on track, I can get on track if you want me to, but don't test me.
Well, you know what you take off is
we have taken off.
Where's your timer?
Oh man, I didn't even set up the timer. We're just doing this wild style right now.
Dude,
all right, well, fuck it. It's going to
end up 5 o'clock.
5-hour-long podcast, baby. Here we go. So we started a couple minutes ago. We'll figure this out. Let's get to the first couple of games.
The bottom line of all that is that I won and Josh lost, and I just wanted to point that out one more time.
I mean,
Oh wait, Devlin, how did you do this week?
I lost. It was close. It was a 20-point.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Jesus.
All right, Jesus. I just asked you if you won or lost.
Yeah, you start fucking on a monologue.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
I
dude.
have a way with words. That's what I'm told.
So who do you have on your team?
So my quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. I've got Ezekiel Elliott.
Heard of him. He's playing better.
I flip-flop with Kareem Hunt and Jonathan Taylor. I got Terry McLaurin, Cooper Kupp, Darren Waller, Chris Godwin.
Jesus Christ. And Darren Waller. How the fuck you get all that?
Is that like a 6-team?
Oh,
I want your team.
I got the Rams defense and the kicker for the
fucking
Chiefs.
kickers. Fuck. Hey.
And then
kickers. Fuck you.
It's stupid,
Except for
man.
the kicker
Stupid
for the,
ass kickers.
No, kickers are all stupid. And you know what? You've got kickers that are more consistent than others, and then you've got kickers that'll show up and get you no points.
What about the kicker for the Ravens? What about him? What about him?
Not special
Josh?
at all.
What about him?
Nothing special about him. Not a football player.
If you're as far as kickers,
Not a football player.
Kickers are like he's like the meatloaf.
No.
As far as kickers go, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
If we're talking about football players, he's pretty far down the list.
Yeah, as far as football players, he's
we're talking about
sprouts.
Kickers. Come on, man.
Kickers.
Come on, man.
Kickers. Who gives a fuck?
Talking about kickers.
I'm telling you, and we were talking about it, they're going for fourth downs a lot more.
Yeah.
And I think that
analytics must say don't punt, don't kick the field goal in a certain area.
I mean, it depends on where you are on the field. So
I was surprised about the Browns, though, because they were doing it inside the fucking red zone.
They did, and they did not go for their extra point. They went for two.
Do they have a shitty kicker? Or
That's my strategy in Madden every time. You go for the fourth down, and you go for those 2 extra points.
It's not crazy. I mean, listen, you risk the chance of, okay, if I punt it, I give them the ball maybe on the 20, but we're here on the 40. What's 20 yards? I mean, I know that 20 yards makes a difference in football. I get it, but I'm just saying from there. And there were times in last night's game with the Raiders where they went for it on fourth down, and Darren Waller caught one. It hyped them up.
Yeah.
It got the offense going.
It seems like if you get it, it gets that momentum going. But if you fucking shit,
if you lose it, it's
I
a
was
big
always like,
swing.
take your fucking points.
Yeah, no, and I get that too. But
I don't know.
It's interesting.
Analytics must say different.
Fuck kickers. I hate them.
Who's the first game?
God damn, we haven't even got to that.
We haven't even got to the first game. We're like 20 minutes in.
At Cincinnati. It was the
Jacksonville,
Thursday night
Cincinnati.
game. It was a bit of a pooper. It wasn't the most fun game to watch. Jacksonville, they came out swinging. Cincinnati had to crawl back into that game.
They missed their opening field goal.
Yeah.
Robinson was really good. I thought Robinson ran really well. It was funny when I wrote that down. I was like, "Oh, Robinson's running really well."
DJ Chark is on the IR now.
Then the announcer said he's able to find the open hole, so I wrote that down.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I thought it was hilarious.
That's a good one.
Man, he is able to find the open hole.
Yeah, he really he hits
it hard too.
He's good at it. He spits on it and he goes.
Yeah, just pounds it in there.
They did not cover the points. They were a 7.5-point favorite. So if you betted Cincinnati the way I told you to, the way me and DraftKings told you to, you are mad at me because you did not cover that.
I wish I would remember who. I should go back and keep track of who I
should keep track of it. Yeah, I'm gonna. This is my first time doing it to see where I was off and where I was on. Buffalo, I said they would cover the 16.5. Oh,
hold on.
I mean Jacksonville, Cincinnati.
I'll tell you what. This is what I noticed. Trevor Lawrence actually learned how to slide. Jacksonville looked better. As long as Higgins is out, Tyler Boyd's a good play. But I mean,
yeah. I guess.
Mixon got hurt.
Yeah, Mixon got week to week.
Sprain.
Yeah. So if you have one of those wide receivers, the hope is that maybe it'll go up a little bit. But Jamar Chase,
there's a lot of good ones. CJ Uzma. I think he got 2 touchdowns.
I don't trust that shit though.
26.5.
I'm not starting over my boy. Dawson Knox.
Oh, is it Dawson? It's Dawson.
Dawson Knox. Josh Allen threw him 2 touchdowns. He should be your boy now. With me.
Fuck Dawson Knox.
Yeah,
it's fine now. I don't mind
every time
he throws them 2 and outs. Come on. Josh Allen could have had, but come on.
He threw him at one point. He threw him at just like a little. Here you go. And I was like, oh, that was the last one. Thank you. I appreciate that because every time he had Josh Allen, I had Dawson Knox. Every time he made fuck on me.
Davis Mills fucking sucks.
Man, holy shit.
I was way wrong about that. I forgot to shout out Louis from Muldoons. He's the only one I think that watches the show.
Other than me.
Other than Devlin. But he texted me.
We have 17 subscribers.
He goes, the Bills are going to cover that shit. And I was like, nah, come on, man. That's a big number. Well, they did. I was wrong on that one. I remember that. But Davis Mills.
And also, the Bills look fucking awesome.
They have 2 35 plus point shutouts this year now. That's pretty impressive.
And Houston looks terrible, but Buffalo also just
without
looks
Tyrod, without what used to be potential MVP candidate Tyrod Taylor. I mean,
never was the case.
Shit.
Never was the case. Never was
They're
the case.
shit.
But they definitely my fears were correct. It seems like Zach Moss got more snaps. They took him away from Devin Singletary.
I think that they had the even split in carries.
I'm talking about plays that were designed
like
for.
they're literally just that's a backfield by committee. You're just never gonna know what you're gonna get. That's the problem with those. Think of Buffalo's running backs like New England's running backs.
That being said, I'm going to try to trade the fuck out of Devin Singletary because I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
Trade him to Devlin.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Maybe you can give me a couple of eggs from your farm.
The Buffalo's D-line lived in our backfield. Cook's only got 9 points. I think he was the highest scoring Texans player.
No, I'm not a Houston.
The Bills were not kicking field goals either. They did not kick a field goal. I think it was.
Yeah, they didn't have to. They were scoring fucking touchdowns left and right.
Well, they weren't fucking scoring touchdowns. That's the problem. Well, eventually they did. We kept on.
Hey!
Actually, both running backs, I think, had a touchdown.
So moving on, we'll go to Washington at Atlanta.
Ooh, Cordero Patterson. Damn it. Remember when I said, hey, maybe we should pick up Cordero Patterson?
Okay, but also,
and then I didn't.
How long is this fantasy world going to last?
I don't know, but they're trying to get him the ball.
I know, but I just like... This guy never stayed healthy in Chicago. He never did anything in anywhere else that he ever went. I think he was on Minnesota or something like that before that.
He went a lot of different places.
Not young,
but they're lining him up at wide receiver also.
I see it. I know that he had a great... the guy... Hey! Shut the fuck up! Hey! We're in the middle of something! Oh, Christ! Oh, Lord!
The dogs are really driving.
Shut up! Man, that was the most intense one. Somebody might be here. I don't even know, but just had to silence me down a little bit.
Guys.
So,
I'll do this quietly.
Yeah, Washington at Atlanta. Cordell Patterson can suck my dick. The guy who's number one is undefeated in our league.
That first...
He's got Cordell Patterson, and he keeps telling me about how good he is. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
He was wide open on the first touchdown. The second one was a screen pass.
Listen, also...
And then the third one, he mossed that dude.
Atlanta's not a good team. And this just showed that Washington's defense is that bad.
Of the people that they do have on their team, he's somebody that's making plays when given the opportunity.
But I'm saying they face one of the worst defenses. They face one of the worst defenses. So if we look into the next...
So you're saying trade Cordero Patterson right now?
Yeah, because if you can, and you can get a big load for him, why not? Yeah. If you can get a big load, always welcome that shit. Stick your chin out. Welcome it. Even look, dude, next week Atlanta's playing the Jets. Robert Salah's got them motherfuckers defense. They were a little bit better.
I like the Jets.
The Jets were all over Tennessee. They didn't fucking allow it at all. They beat them. I mean,
I like the way. I just like watching them play.
Robert Salah, the dude from the 49ers, I always thought, like, man, this guy gets a head coach somewhere. Because the 49ers defense balled out for him. Constantly.
Maybe this is why you're going for 2-point conversions and fucking fourth downs, because Washington's kicker missed 2 extra points.
Man, and Taylor Heineke, he looked up. He did good, man. He did good. I mean, they route.
Honestly, I think that they might be better off with fucking Fitzpatrick. Does Fitzpatrick get his job back? If they keep winning. Because they won that game.
Yeah, they won that game.
Oh, Curtis Samuel's back. I know that he didn't.
Yeah, I hope he takes him away from your fucking boy, Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin. If you have McLaurin, start him.
He's the greatest.
Fucking shit.
Look this up, Devlin.
Okay, yeah.
How many points did Terry McLaurin have?
So he had 30 points, 123 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, and 6 receptions.
That's pretty damn good.
That's a pretty good stat.
Logan Thomas got hurt on like the first play, so he's out.
They lost a lot of people. They lost a linebacker, John Bostic, for the whole year. They lost their starting cornerback for the whole year to a torn ACL. Washington's in deep shit.
Yeah.
If you have somebody,
they're not trading for a quarterback.
No, because they have so many injuries and their defense is so bad. I didn't think their defense was going to be this bad, but it's so bad. I mean, they have New Orleans coming to town next week, and I have a feeling this will be one of those games that Jameis goes, you know what? Today I feel like an all-pro. Watch this shit. And like he just goes off. So I'm not in on Washington.
Atlanta's side.
Obviously I have Terry McLaurin. Go for it.
Pitt, they're trying to give him the ball more, but he's not involved a lot. Ridley dropped a lot of passes. Fuck you, Ridley.
Yeah, and I'm telling you.
Do better next week.
Yeah, I don't know. I
do better, bro.
Anyways, so we go to Detroit at Chicago.
Oh, shit, I gotta find my notes.
Detroit was a
high tech, bro.
3-point dog on the road. I took them. Detroit and Chicago. I took Detroit.
Holy shit. Detroit is as bad. They just Chicago looked okay.
I don't know. Was this? I swear to God. Now, is this that Detroit is that bad, or is this the best we're going to see from Chicago? I like to think this was the best game possible for Chicago. If this was...
Well, hopefully Fields gets better. I mean, hopefully the fucking Bears get better. But now they're saying
Andy Dalton's going to start.
Don't you think it's kind of a bottom-of-the-barrel game?
It is a bottom-of-the-barrel game.
It was a terrible game.
But we've been kind of talking about Detroit.
As fuck. Detroit didn't play very good.
No.
I mean... Montgomery had a great game, and he's fucking hurt now.
He's out, yeah.
Damian Williams had a good game afterwards, so apparently they can run the ball. Maybe it's better.
He's questionable for next week, too, so he got banged up at the end of the game, too.
Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Quentin Cephas had a good game.
I'm not into kind of either one of these teams. I think you're right. It is the bottom of the barrel. Chicago won this game, but by no means do I have them being over 500 team.
Were you right on the pick?
No.
You took Detroit.
I took Detroit to win.
And you took Washington. So you got...
I was right on Washington.
You're 2-2 now.
Yeah,
right?
2-2.
Okay.
Yeah. So Carolina at Dallas.
At Dallas.
I was wrong.
It's a great game for Ezekiel Elliott.
Cowgirls might be for real.
How terrible
we'll see how
they are pretty good. For a long time watching this game, I thought that Carolina was going to win.
Yeah, I mean, Carolina battled back in this game.
That they were going to win.
Yeah.
It was like 14-13, something like that. Like
Sam Darnold is proof that if you go to a bad team, Trevor Lawrence can be as good as he wants to be.
Right.
He's on a bad team.
Right.
It's not going to work because you're on a bad team.
Right.
Kind of scares me for Jared Goff because he might be on a bad team.
And they say, I mean, honestly, these are NFL quarterbacks. If you give them enough time, they can make the throws.
Yeah. He loves DJ Moore.
Oh my god.
He fucking loves DJ Moore.
And DJ Moore is good. He's fucking really good. I didn't think it was big enough. I think that was my problem with him. Was I was like, oh, he's not big enough, but like he's kind of stout. He kind of looks like Tyreke Hill. Like he's a good. Fucking Sam Darnold throws it to him a lot. If you're a Robbie Anderson owner, you're kind of pissed because you're like, fuck, man. So fucking pissed.
Because you're considering picking up DJ Moore because I want to.
What do you mean picking him up? He's on your fucking waiver wire.
Yeah, he's on the waiver wire.
DJ Moore?
DJ Moore?
Who are you playing?
Immediately go pick that up. Immediately go pick that up.
Are you saying I should drop Javonte Williams?
Also, these people that you're playing with, let me know if you need one for next year.
God.
If you need somebody to come play with y'all, I will definitely
What's the buy-in? Like $5? 500.
Oh, you know what? I said DJ Moore. I meant Darnell Mooney. So that's.
Oh yeah, those are the same thing.
Yeah.
How about you sit the next couple out over there, Woody? Jesus Christ! These are different human beings. Not all black people look alike.
You fucking racist. It's the D Moo. That's what I heard in a red.
Clan member.
Maybe.
What's that one black fella's name? It's got to be DJ David Donald. It's one of them. Jeez, just be quiet.
May I remind you, this is just an audition.
Yeah, jeez. This is why Joe Rogan wants to smack young Jamie sometimes. I understand.
They don't let him in the shot either. So
I think before you say anything else, you have to look it up. I think you're not allowed to say things unless the internet tells you to.
I don't know a lot about football.
Yeah,
it should be said. These guys are the experts and I'm the analyst.
Listen, you might want to listen to him. I don't think you want to listen to me. But anyways, Dallas looked good.
He'll let you know which uniforms
Amari
look
Cooper,
better.
his pussy showed a little bit. There was a couple of plays where he had to sit out. I foresee that being a thing going forward.
CeeDee Lamb didn't really have much.
And they ran the ball a lot. And
They did run the ball. Dallas only had 189. Dak only had 188 passing yards, but he had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, when they got down in the red zone,
their offensive line looked like Dallas's offensive line.
And I think that's why when they got in the red zone, Carolina did what they were supposed to. They were like, all right, we're going to stack the box because we can't let him run. But he just ended up dumping it in on the middle.
What's his name?
And Dalton Schultz.
I was going to say, Schultz.
The guy I should have probably picked up. I love my boy Dawson Knox, but I should have picked that Dalton Schultz up too. But he looks good. He looks like they have 2. They have Blake Jarwin as well, but it seems like they're going more towards the Dalton Schultz
Darnold
side.
has the most rushing touchdowns in the NFL. Did you know that?
Yeah. I don't see that. They do it a lot. They do it a lot. And when Christian McCaffrey comes back, what they do is they make Christian McCaffrey do those swing routes where they're looking like they're going to throw it to him. So it could free up the middle of the field. That's where he's scoring. Sam Darnold's just walking in. If you give him if he has 5 yards and everybody spreads out wide, he can just kind of walk in. Yeah. It might stay a thing. Carolina's a good team. That's what I took away from this
they
team.
are. And then we got to mention Trayvon Diggs.
Wow! Holy shit!
I wrote it down. I was like, Trayvon Diggs got his 4th interception, and as you can see, I crossed it out, and now he has 5.
He had to put 5. Yeah. He's a front runner for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He's a rookie, right?
Yeah, is he a rookie? Yeah, he is. Look that up. Look that up.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
Look that up. Indianapolis.
His name is Trayvon.
Yeah, can you spell it?
There's Trey. I'm guessing. No, I can't spell it.
No, I can't spell it.
Trayvon.
This is not what we do.
Diggs. There's like 3. I think there's 3 Diggs in the NFL.
Drafted by the Cowboys in the 2nd round of the 2020 draft.
Good fucking job, Devlin. That was badass. That was badass. We gotta.
I mean, the internet did it. Don't give him too much credit.
Come on, we gotta help him.
So then the shocker for me, I took Miami in this next one. Indianapolis at Miami. Jacoby Brissett. Indianapolis.
Stop goofing off, Devlin.
Miami.
I'm sorry. Serious shit.
Miami with Jacoby Brissett. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
I wrote down boring.
It was a boring game.
I was actually disappointed. So Jonathan Taylor's listed as questionable all week, and about 5 minutes before the game, he was listed as a starter.
He did good,
and he did great.
He
and
did.
I put Kareem Hunt in, which was it wasn't a bad play.
He got
Kareem Hunt got some scores. But
they use Kareem Hunt a lot in the red zone. It's got to be frustrating as a Nick Chubb owner. I saw
Nick
that
Chubb. Both of my fucking running back. I have Kamara and Chubb. Kamara had 120 yards on 26 carries, and Chubb has 100 yards on 20 carries, but neither one of them caught a pass, and neither one of them got in the end zone.
Although the New Orleans scored 21 points and they went to overtime and they did that whole thing, New Orleans looked bad through a lot of that game.
Yeah, this was the Jameis Winston week that he was supposed to. Next week they'll play okay.
Oh yeah, I think
against Washington. Oh yeah,
with all those hurt people.
Next week Winston's gonna throw 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think so. But Miami, I mean, Jalen Waddle kind of came down to earth for me. I could have used more from him. They're still checking down to him a lot. Will Fuller, guess what?
He's hurt.
Oh, what? That's different. First time in his career.
So he missed some games because he's suspended for performance-enhancing drugs.
Then he missed one game.
Then he missed a personal issue.
I'm gonna have a personal issue. I have many personal issues. Shut the fuck up.
Then he played a game, and now
he's hurt with a broken finger. He'll play 4 games this year, and he'll be like, "This was a good year for me. I played a lot of games." They paid him too. They paid him good money.
Marlon Mack is playing.
Indianapolis looked better. Yeah, they're still by committee though.
Well, I think, and maybe Devlin, you could look this up. I believe that he asked to be traded.
Marlon Mack?
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, there's no room for him there on that team. They still like Naheem Hines. They use him a lot. And
Jonathan Taylor. And honestly, if they can, there's some teams that need a running back.
But this still didn't. Although they beat the Dolphins, I'm not like, oh, the Colts are going to win the division. No, you were lucky to get your first win. They've got Baltimore at Baltimore next week on Monday Night Football. The lights are going to be bright. Carson Wentz is going to sprain both ankles and a wrist. Somehow he's going to do all three. He's going to go for the hat trick. He's going to be like, not only did I get both ankles this time, I sprained my cock as well. I'm not even a hockey player. Yeah. It's weird.
But by the way, Marlon Mack is requesting a trade after loss with the Titans.
Nice.
You are worth every penny at this point.
Telling you.
I'm being paid a lot.
A lot they were paying this guy. So then we go Cleveland at Minnesota. This was kind of a doo-doo game where I thought it was going to be. Actually, it was a good defensive game.
It was. Yeah, they scored one field goal in the second half.
Yeah.
Oh, God. What happened, Minnesota? What the fuck?
Cleveland's good though, and
Cleveland's good.
I messed up and
there was quite a few offenses this week that took a shit. And
Minnesota's was one of them.
Minnesota was a good offense that scored 7 points, and you know what? They scored on their first drive.
Yeah,
they scored.
And it was fucking Justin Jefferson.
But at least you gave it to Justin. Thank you.
Actually, he scored one. You saw it got called back.
Yeah, and then they scored. Yeah,
I love that. That made me happy. That was good. I was glad they took those points away from me. I still lost by 1.4.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
But the Cleveland is good. Cleveland's good. They are. They're
Give the goddamn ball to Nick Chubb when you're inside the 5-yard line instead of fucking passing it.
Keep running it to Kareem Hunt.
All the way down there, and then you let Baker throw it like 9 times, and then at the end of it, you gave it to Kareem Hunt.
By the way, he wasn't
in there until like the fucking 11th try, and then they're like, "Oh, let's just hand it off."
They like to
after you.
Yeah, you've got to.
God damn it!
Yeah, you've got to be a little butthurt if you are Nick Chubb. Like, not even a Nick Chubb fantasy owner. I'm talking about that. Imagine if you're Nick Chubb. Imagine if you're Nick Chubb.
Imagine if you're Kareem Hunt.
Nah, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool too.
I think I'd like to take this opportunity as an Oklahoma Sooner to acknowledge Baker Money Mayfield. Just he
had like 7 points.
Incredible player, incredible athlete.
Not this game. Not this game.
I can't say enough good things about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, okay.
And
all right,
just a lot of good things coming your way.
So the Cleveland Browns are winning the Super Bowl.
100%.
You have the Cleveland Browns winning the Super Bowl.
I have the Browns.
Say it loud.
I'm taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Okay. All right. Well, we all heard his pick. So
Baker Mayfield.
A poop joke.
He also.
I would like to say that Odell.
They're not going to throw the ball enough.
I know, and
there's just not enough volume in that packet.
I think he's had too many injuries. I don't see him getting the separation like he used to. I don't know. It might be over. With Odell. If you're a fantasy owner,
he's
in the wrong.
Sit him. I don't know. I don't think it's Odell. I mean, some of it might be Odell, but I think a lot of it's just the way that they're going to move the ball down the field. They. Why would you not? Until you get inside the goddamn fucking 10-yard line. That would be, then start passing it. Well, that would be the best way to go.
Well,
I also.
What are you mad about? You won
because I could have.
You fucking won.
I want to crush you.
You were 1.44. Not the way I am, where it's sad. You're 1.44 in the happy way, where it's like, did you see what happened? That's what your feeling is like today.
You're right. Thanks for you have this way of
Nick
calming me.
Winner.
Oh, hey, wait. I gotta bring this up. You know how the show's called The Waiver Wire?
Yeah.
Well, I was telling somebody about it last night, and they thought that I said the waiter wire.
Oh.
And I was like, that's kind of good, too.
That's kind of good, too.
I mean, like, it would be different. Like, nobody's watching it anyways. So, except for Louis. What's up, Louis? Oh, Louis beat me this week, too.
People, the DraftKings is watching. Don't say that. There's millions of people watching. Now, I will say that the waiter wire, that's a good name, and we could think about
the waiter wire. The reason I say it is because we're waiters.
Yeah,
you get it?
I get it.
You get it?
I get it.
You're not a fucking waiter.
I do what I want.
Yeah. I mean, look at that hat. Yeah. So, anyways, we're going to go on because we have not even gotten through half the games.
I don't know how many. I don't know what the time is.
Let's see. We started this at about 12:30. So, we got to move it here. Let's go. Giants at New Orleans.
That's your job.
You're right.
Keep us on.
You got a lot of jobs, Woody. I would say the Giants came up big in this game.
The Giants beat them. I'll tell you what,
Barkley
Saquon looked really good.
Yeah.
If you were a Saquon
Daniel
owner,
Jones, man.
Daniel Jones
I'm saying, if you're in trouble in your quarterback position, if you don't like who's starting for you, if somebody's injured, Daniel Jones is not a bad
he's
pickup.
not afraid to throw it downfield.
And he runs.
And he
runs the ball, too. So you could get some rushing touchdowns. You could get some late garbage time. Because I'm not saying they're going to win games, but
they looked better.
They looked better, and they got the win. And New Orleans had the bad Jameis week. Man, they don't have receivers.
Well, what's his name should be coming back?
I mean, Marquez Callaway got a nice catch at one point.
A long one. Jameis seems to only want to throw it 10 yards or farther. He doesn't seem to want those little
gotta dink and dunk.
And
also,
maybe that's why they're not throwing it to Kamara.
And also,
throw the ball to Kamara.
The way they got
That's my rants.
This is not going to be something that's going to help your Kamara. Taysom Hill, they brought him in towards the end of the game.
Well, that's what they're giving the ball to in the fucking red zone. And I mean, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. Yeah. But by the way, though, Dude, did you see that one run?
Oh my god!
He's a man.
What the fuck? Yeah. And you don't look at Taysom Hill and think he's running dudes over.
But he got more playing time too, I think.
I think at the end of the game they realized this isn't working with Jameis. We need to try something else. And I think you could see a lot next week too. I think that
there's just something, I don't know,
they have a team in Washington. You guys
saw him try to eat the fucking W? I mean, how can you confidently go into a game with that?
They have a team in Washington that is really beat up. They're about to go there, and I feel like they're going to go off. So as much as I'm on the Saints right now, I'm also
the good Jameis week. But you were right. You were not high on the Saints, and they honestly haven't played that well.
Well, and I took the Saints last week, even with the 8 points, and I obviously was wrong on that.
I believe I took the Giants.
So let's see. So far,
So far, you lost to me by what was it? 1.44.
All right.
I just wanted to remind you.
I'm eating L's.
That's
eating L's.
Tennessee at the New York Jets.
Oh man, I like the Jets.
This was actually a good game.
I like the Jets. It was a fun game. I'll tell you what, man. Zach Wilson ain't afraid to throw that motherfucker down the field either.
This game too.
Yeah, but he's like they like to roll him out and then he just fucking launches that shit.
They're letting him go. And I mean,
Corey Davis had a good game.
You should have started him.
Should have started him instead of Cortland Sutton. Honestly, I should have started any of my wide receivers instead
Tennessee
of Cortland
was obviously coming into this super short-handed because they had no AJ Brown, no Julio Jones. But again,
no AJ Brown. What's wrong with Julio? I didn't even know he wasn't.
It's constant with
Julio
Jones.
But Derrick Henry is a goddamn beast.
Yeah, so give him the fucking ball.
Well, they started
keep doing it.
He was running he hit those. He had some fucking open lanes, and he got going so fast that I felt bad for the guys trying to tackle him. Even NFL guys got to be like, oh shit.
There wasn't really anything else. There's not.
He's fun to watch.
Ton of people on the.
McNichols got 12 targets and had 8 receptions for Tennessee.
That's his backup running back, and
I
feel like
do you feel it's just because of game script?
It was a
because
game
there was no AJ Brown.
It was weird. It was like we don't have a choice. We don't have anywhere else to go, so they just kind of went that way.
Tennessee's defense isn't that good. Jamison Crowder is back. He had a good game,
which is going to take away from your Corey Davis. Really is. He gets targets.
He's getting targets.
He's on my list.
Now the Jets' offense looked better with Crowder there. I think just adding that dimension, that piece, will help that offense in general.
Yeah, I might have to take it back. I think I took Atlanta, but next week. Well, I'm getting ahead of ourselves here.
Stop getting ahead.
But
they're fun to watch. I like the Jets.
Yeah, Jets. And if the points wise, I covered because they had 7.5 points. No, wait, I was so wrong.
Tennessee was minus 7.5. So that's what you gotta do. You gotta write the little minus, and that helps us.
So then I did cover the points.
You took Tennessee minus 7.5.
So no,
you did not. The Jets won the game.
Fuck. Yeah. All right. So then we go to the next one where Kansas City at Philly.
That was a good.
I thought it was going to be more of a blowout than this, but
Tyreke Hill. So I guess that Philly decided to take away Kelsey.
They were like, "We're going to double Kelsey." Oh fuck! Oh fuck! He's behind us. Fuck.
That's why everybody else was taking him away instead.
He's behind us again. Yeah, you got honestly, you got to let the Kelsey thing just kind of eat you up, and just hope you can stop it in the red zone, because you can't let them do that.
You just have to.
You can't let him do that.
You have to take,
because he's going to fucking score.
Yeah.
It's not that he's just going to catch a long pass; he's going to run it all the way in.
So I told this dude I would tell him this. This dude I was talking to last night at the bar. His name is Travis. What's up, Travis?
What's up, Travis?
Apparently, they're now, because Tyreke Hill had 2 not so good games. And now this year, so last year he was in the top 5 of 20 plus yards in passes caught, and this year he's in the top 5 in yards after catch. So that's like last year he was going over the top. This year they're learning, so they're trying to take that away. Now he's starting to get the ball and then running with, and then taking off with it.
11 receptions, 3 touchdowns, 186 yards.
Yep. Yeah, he had a big game. CEH had a good game. Obviously, Mahomes had a good game.
Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a great game for me. It definitely gives me a lot more confidence in him.
He's had 2 good weeks.
My running backs were not the problem this week. It was. I mean, I don't feel that bad. It's not like I was terrible. So it was real
somebody.
Close,
you had to have somebody, or was it just everybody kind of had average weeks?
Well, I started the Bengals defense to start the week off against Jacksonville.
Did you get?
They got 2 points. They got 2 points, and then there was just Jalen Waddle didn't get very many points. Who was the other one? Christian Kirk. I started Christian Kirk, and he only got like 6 points too. So there was some other stuff that was average. And honestly, if I had just got one more fucking play from Justin Herbert, Kansas City.
Jalen Hurts played well. Had a good game. Gainwell had a good game.
Kansas City's defense is still giving up 30 points a game. It's not a good look.
Smith had a good game. Zach Ertz had 8 targets in this game.
Yeah, I know. If you're a Dallas Goedert fan, but Dallas Goedert
had 5. He had a good game too.
Yeah. Philly has a good offense, but I think their defense is just so green and young that.
But now we're 4 weeks in. Jalen Hurts has outscored fuck's his name, Josh Allen, 3 of the 4 weeks.
If you're a Josh Allen fan, it's got to be them both. It's got to be frustrating.
But I can't fucking bench him.
You can't bench Josh.
I definitely wouldn't have benched him this week against the Texans.
Yeah. How much did he get you?
Like 24 points.
Which is still good. I mean, at least you're not in that where he's getting you fucking 16 or lower.
You're right.
But I hear you. So Kansas City, start them all. Everybody came out of this healthy too, so they should all be good to go.
Philly's okay. Philly's good.
Yeah.
If they play a bad defense, I think you can confidently start your Philly.
They were a 7-point favorite.
Fucking Eagles, but
they covered it.
Never mind.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Shh. What the fuck, bro? Jesus.
Leave this to the professionals.
Arizona at the Rams. So I took Arizona in this. I smelled good things out of this Arizona team. I took the
Rams in that one.
I said last week that I just thought maybe the Rams, they've been looking so good. Maybe this was just a moment where they came down to earth. They didn't look terrible.
They took away Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, they took away Cooper Kupp, and Robert Woods got a touchdown. Thank you.
Garbage touchdown late. That was a thorough beatdown, and they ran the ball really well.
And I'll say this, you Ku Klux Klan members of the Los Angeles Rams, he's on your team, Robert Woods. Get him involved in the fucking game. I'm so sorry, Cooper Kupp.
I think he got the first pass, and then they didn't throw it to him again until
I sit there and watched us do it again with no points. And the only reason I didn't do that because they ruled Chase Claypool out earlier this week.
That's what it was. You had Robert Woods and you had somebody else going, and they just didn't. They weren't getting any points.
Yeah,
it just sat there, and I got a little bit. Fucking hell!
And then, but the Rams, they came back down to earth a little bit. I'll tell you.
Yeah, they didn't look as good. Their defense didn't look so good. This
is kind of the Rams' MO too. They come out, they'll look good. Yes, Stafford. I know he's a different quarterback. I get it. I'm not so. First of all, the perfect scenario for my man is that you beat him earlier in the year. You New Orleans him. Oh, we beat you twice in the regular season. Cool fucking story. Now everything's on the line. How's your butthole? Because my butthole's loose as shit. I am just a loose butthole. This is a different scenario here. Loose butthole in this scenario is good. Tight butthole when you're a football game
maybe not
is
loose
bad.
Butthole, just relaxed butthole.
No. He's shitting all over himself. He doesn't give a fuck. Tom Brady's out there going.
His butthole.
What is this?
Just
How long do I get? I swear to God. Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to New England and Tampa. But
I forgot what we were. Oh yeah, Arizona. AJ Green caught a fucking touchdown.
Yeah. AJ Green, you got to be.
He's had 6.
You fucking
targets
picked him up at the last second last
both
week.
Leagues, yeah.
God damn it, and he's
every
killing
week
it.
He's got 6 targets.
He's killing it. Yeah, I would feel good about. And they kind of they stuck Jalen Ramsey on DeAndre Hopkins. So that was, I think, one of the reasons too.
By the way, AJ Green is on the waiver wires in this league.
Well, yeah, he probably is in a couple. He picked him up at the last second in ours. Yeah, I would think so. And if he's out there, definitely go get him.
If AJ Green's out there,
would you say that AJ Green is of the same class with Josh Gordon? Because I looked at picking up Josh Gordon.
No, Josh Gordon's still on the practice squad.
Yeah.
Is he?
So yeah,
I told you this.
You did, but I read somewhere that it was let me look it up.
Internet,
look that shit
You're
up.
just pondering thoughts. That's not your job. You're a computer. You're a computer that we can talk to. You're Siri with a fucking hat on. Okay, Jesus, man.
You're our we just call you Woody. Hey Woody, look this shit up.
I think AJ Green is above that too because he's the obvious number 2 on the team. And I didn't know that was going to be the case. They have other receivers like Rondale Moore and Christian Kirk that are good young players. But it seems like they like the veteranship and they trust AJ Green. And then, of course,
you can just throw that shit up there and he'll box you out and catch it.
Yeah, I mean,
this was the headline that I read, is that the Chiefs are really impressed with Josh Gordon, and they're not ruling him out to play in Week 5.
I'm not saying that Josh Gordon couldn't get there, but at this point,
I am.
I haven't seen it. And
good luck.
And again, I feel like the NFL has something out against this kid. Like, they're going to be like, oh, he tested positive for urine. Like, what? Yeah, he had urine in him. And we can't allow that kind of thing. He was the motherfucker. Get him out of here.
Yeah, but he'll fuck this up.
Arizona looks really good. And I think as far as the NFC goes,
they're the only undefeated team in the NFL, right?
Yeah, only one left. Only one left. Yeah. And there's only a couple of
Kyler Murray's he's
Jacksonville and Detroit are the only teams that are
Kyler Murray, another Oklahoma Sooner.
Kyler Murray, man. Listen, you want to suck Baker Mayfield's dick, I'm going to look at you and go...
Yeah, but you want to suck Kyler's
You want to suck Kyler's dick, you're going to have
both hands.
You're going to have to get real low. You're going to have to get into a crouch because he's super short. But
very short.
He's incredible.
Dude, did you see that one? Dude, he's like...
The only player in the history of all sports that has ever been selected number 1 in the NFL and number 1 in baseball. The only player ever. And
that's right, he played for
in
Oakland
baseball, how bonkers is it? Because those first round picks are that's like the Alex Bregmans and the Carlos Correas. Like, that's where you take people that you know are going to be baseball stars. The Oakland Athletics were so sure that if he chose to be a baseball player instead of a football player, because it was kind of up in the air at one point, that he would be an automatic. I mean, it would take time. I think
that's still have to play in the minors,
and that's why he chose what he chose, because he's going to walk onto an NFL team and he's going to be a starter. But if he was going to go to the Oakland Athletics, he'd spend 4 years in the minors. It just takes time in baseball.
And he can.
It's not something he was going to walk into and be. But
and he's
he
already
absolutely could have
next
been
time he
amazing.
gets a contract, he's going to get.
I'll suck Kyler's dick with you. That dude is unbelievable.
You have to take turns.
Unbelievable. But no, he's really good. I think Arizona's the only one going to threaten my man in the NFC Championship.
Let's hope they stay healthy.
Yeah,
your man.
Yeah,
Connor. You didn't know.
This is he didn't want to go with the Tom Brady show, and I'm sure there's a copyright issue in there. But you know, that's what we were going to name this show. But this is just here as many chances as I can. I'm mad that it's so late in this lineup that we're going to get to to Tom Brady.
How many points did Tom Brady put up in fantasy?
We'll get there. We'll talk about. We'll talk about the major point that he got, which is
James Conner scored
the last point. The dick in the mouth. So James Conner again scored 2 touchdowns. Now he's on the Turkish guys team. You know, that's fine. If you need to take my advice, which is take my guys that did well and then I drop them like a dum dum, and now you need them as running back help, go for it, bro. I get it. You know, you need my sloppy seconds. I've already had James Conner. That booty. You know, and it's not, and Chase Edmonds is still going to get looks. So fuck you, James Conner.
Hey, Chase Edmonds played really well too. They They ran on the Rams. That was impressive.
They ran on the Rams.
Good job on the Arizona part.
Yeah, the Rams defense was not
rammed on the Rams
to pick up.
They got San Francisco next week, and I smell Arizona maybe going undefeated in that because I'm not sold on San Fran. So moving on, we got to keep it moving here. Speaking of San Fran, the other NFC West matchup of that week, which was Seattle at San Francisco. I took Seattle. I was right. I just am not sold on San Fran, and Jimmy Garoppolo went out, and
Trey Lance did really well. So Trey Lance put up like 27 points and a half.
I know. He looked fantasy wise. He looks good. Football wise, he gave me words.
Is he down there? You didn't even put him down there. Go pick up fucking Trey Lance.
He's probably drafted. Most people probably drafted him because.
Well, go look if he's out there.
If he's out there, pick him up. But I would say he was the sleeper that a lot of people picked up at the end of the draft.
A lot of Justin Fields and Trey Lance.
People said,
I picked him up. I have him in the other league.
I was dead on too. I said 4 games for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Did you? Yeah. And we don't even really know what's wrong with him. Like he said somebody stepped on him.
Jimmy Garoppolo has a bruised calf.
Oh God, a bruised pussy. I would say if you're San Francisco,
this is what they wanted.
And Trey Lance comes in and looks good.
Yeah.
Man, you got to throw some calls out there. See if Pittsburgh will take it.
Dude,
hey Pittsburgh, you want this?
Did we not? Oh, either
it's on my list. Garoppolo and Roethlisberger on my list of what do you do with them? You know.
What about the team in Washington?
Yeah, because they're
but the problem is they lost so many other people now. Now they've had so many other injuries.
Sucks.
Their defense sucks.
If they were playing lights out defense,
are we winning a Super Bowl? I don't know. Pittsburgh could climb back in this if you had somebody that could throw the fucking ball.
Dude, yeah, he looked bad.
Roethlisberger can't throw the ball.
He just looked
bad. At all.
He can't hang on to it.
You know, like when we saw Peyton at the end. And it was like, oh man, this is over. That's what we're watching right now. This is over. Honestly, worse than Phillip Rivers looked last year. Worse than this is bad. This is like embarrassing shit. I put him in my top 10 of quarterbacks last week of all time, and I still feel that way. When Big Ben came in the league, when he was young, he would make that Santonio Holmes touchdown to the fucking corner of the end zone in that Super Bowl. To me, was enough to be like, this guy is fucking for real. He's got ice in his veins at one point. Yeah. He's had a couple of rapings, couple of motorcycle accidents. And he's just nice.
He's old. He's fat and out of shape.
Let's not deny the fact that he's definitely raped. He's a raper, and he's raped a couple times
until proven guilty.
No,
Josh.
he's settled out of court because he's like, please.
This is goddamn United States of America.
I raped you.
You are innocent until proven guilty.
I raped you. Here's some money. Please don't tell them about how bad I raped you with my big body. No.
San Francisco.
San Francisco was
fucking Debo, motherfucking Debo Samuel.
I don't care who started at quarterback.
God damn it! And I was gonna draft him just because my fucking name is Debo.
Yeah,
did it,
and he muscled his way into the end zone at one point.
He'll probably get hurt.
Seattle was good. I'm still not like. Oh,
it was a weird game.
It was a weird game.
Seattle's weird. It just seems like when they are weird. When they want to play well, they do, and then and then they just I don't know. It's a strange team.
Strange team. But they played well. DK Metcalf had a good game. The Tyler Lockett big bombs weren't happening as much, and they're running the ball. So,
but they also I think they were splitting carries again.
Yeah, they were. But Chris Carson still had a good game. I think he scored a touchdown. So, but anyways. Going on to Baltimore at Denver. I took Denver.
Why?
Because I hate the Ravens. I really am out on the Ravens.
Yeah. The Denver's not as good as their record.
Maybe.
We talked
I think
about
this was that 3-0. Maybe they got a little too big for their britches. Bridgewater went out, so then Drew Lock came in and didn't look as good.
Williams or whatever?
Javonte Williams.
He runs hard.
Yeah, he runs hard. I think that Melvin Gordon and him.
That doesn't mean that he's hard. Like,
yeah, he's hard.
I was confused.
He's hard.
I do actually have Javonte Williams on.
Javonte Williams, man. I smell the second half of the season it being much more him and them being maybe in some bad games and having to check down him a lot.
What's wrong with Teddy Bridgewater?
What's wrong with Teddy Bridgewater? You know.
No, look it up.
The phone. No,
sorry.
the phone.
Sorry, no.
Like
didn't.
you have that information in that hat. Jesus. No, Denver was a 1-point favorite, and it wasn't even close. Baltimore beat them up.
But Baltimore didn't really play that well
they
either.
didn't play that well.
They had that one big play to Hollywood Brown. That was dope.
Kind of home move at the end of the game. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, they
instead of kneeling it, they just picked up a couple more yards so that they could have the 100-yard.
Teddy Bridgewater's in concussion protocol.
So he's not out for very long.
No, but I'm not sold on Denver. I see them rattling off some losses in a row.
They're the worst team in that division.
Yeah, which is right now still Kansas City because everybody else is 3-1. How funny is that?
Yeah.
But Pittsburgh at Green Bay. I guess Green Bay's back, or Pittsburgh sucks that bad. I want to kind of think it's a mixture of both.
Sucks.
I think it's a mixture of both. I think Green Bay did look good, and they made me go, all right, hey, okay. You know,
Aaron Rodgers shaved. He shaved. That's probably what.
But man, Ben Roethlisberger could not throw the ball.
He got rocked in that game.
Which one?
Aaron
Rodgers?
No.
Roethlisberger.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that too.
Saw some fumbles, and he didn't.
Yeah, no,
he got my boy Deontay Johnson a touchdown. That's
God damn it!
all I care about.
God damn it! And Najee got a late touchdown.
And Najee had a good game. I mean,
listen, the plan still is check down to Najee. He can't throw it very far, so as long as we stick to the. And also, I feel vindicated in the fact that Najee's good. Like as far as running backs go, of in the league over the next couple of years, you're gonna see more of Saquon Barkley and Ezekiel Elliott going out the door, and it's gonna be Najee Harris and some of these other young cats. I don't think I can say that about Derrick Henry. He might be an Adrian Peterson motherfucker, and Derrick Henry might be here to stay.
It's another Oklahoma Sooner.
Who? Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson.
Well. Anyways,
Derrick Henry went to Alabama, bro.
Yeah, but some of the people that I wouldn't want to do is the Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I wouldn't be sold on that. Robert Tonyan still sucks a bag of dicks. I'm so glad I got Dawson Knox. Pittsburgh-wise, you're gonna have people
Randall
coming.
Cobb had a good game.
Randall Cobb did have a good game, and he's on my list over there. I've got a question mark next to it because I'm not crazy about it, but I get it. Yeah,
I mean, I just don't.
So then let's go to the biggest game of the week.
The biggest game of the week, huh?
Chargers versus the Raiders?
No.
This is a Tom Brady show.
This is a Tom Brady show. Oh. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's all that any of the talking heads talked about all week. It's all that we've paid attention to all week. It's the only thing that mattered. It was the Super Bowl for Bill Belichick. It was the most... And honestly, I think for Tom Brady, too. I think he was like, I want to win this game, too. And... it was a sloppy game. It was raining. It was neither offense could really get going, which immediately I said, he's going to win this game. Oh, you mean a Tom Brady game? Oh,
it was closer than I thought.
It was.
Played better
Mac Jones got off 19 passes in a row. It was a rookie record.
I don't think that... Look up how many yards the Patriots had on the ground. How many rushing yards did the Patriots have?
Tampa Bay stopped the run. I think it was I'll tell you who they didn't stop. Jacoby Myers.
No, and he also threw some passes.
I know. I saw it all. I was like, hey, if anything came out of this, at least Jacoby Myers is playing well. Good.
He was like,
go. They wouldn't get it. They wouldn't throw it to Chris Godwin. That bummed me. Oh, that was one of the ones that didn't score so well for me. It was Chris Godwin.
Godwin did not get
Chris Godwin had a bad game for me.
He was throwing a lot.
And honestly, nobody really
he went to Mike Evans.
Nobody had a great game on the...
Mike Evans had a good game. Antonio Brown had a good game, but not a great game. None of them were great games. They obviously didn't have Gronk.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of points. Gronk's could possibly be out for a few more weeks.
He could. Yeah, he could be out for a couple more weeks, which is a good thing. I say give Gronk more rest because it's
How many rushing yards did New England have on the ground? How many rushing yards on the ground? That's the only way you can get rushing yards.
Tampa Bay, they came out and you could tell that Tom was fired up, and I just there was this.
I love the dome.
Bill Belichick was throwing every fucking defensive scheme that he could. He was like, "What have I seen in the past that's messed up Brady?" And I thought Brady stayed cool, calm. They got the points when they needed. They made the drive when they needed to and scored that touchdown.
This was a good game.
Patriots had -1 rushing yards.
For the whole game?
Yeah, that's
shit.
No, they shut the run down.
That's less than 10.
Only
Damian Harris had a fumble, I think, or was it one of the other? One of them had a fumble. They obviously, the Tampa Bay is beat up on the secondary. They lost Carlton Dean, I think.
Yeah, they just brought in Sherman.
Yeah, he started because they're so beat up on him.
He actually played okay.
Yeah.
Quick fact with the rushing yards, sorry to interrupt. Only since the 1970s, only 4 teams have finished a game with negative rushing yards. The first 3 teams, Detroit Lions in different years, and number 4 is the New England Patriots.
How about this?
Detroit.
We ask you what to look up, and then you tell us that. Not you looking up ipto factos over there.
Fun fact.
Hey, fun fact. Hey, fun fact.
It's fun for the
And
viewers.
you throw your finger up at me like that again, I'm gonna bite it off. I'm gonna bite that motherfucker off. And just send it back to Oklahoma. So I will say it was a great game for Tom Brady because this showed when you're in these kind of look in any other game. I mean, I could take a lot of other good quarterbacks, throw them in this scenario where New England was balling and playing really well. They're going to crumble and they're going to fall apart. But not my man.
New England could have won this game. I really wish they would have made that field goal so he could have had a minute left.
The touchdown, he threw the touchdown to Antonio Brown. Was it? Did Antonio Brown get the touchdown? Or did they run it? Anyways,
I don't remember. That was the one I had notes on.
I screamed out loud, and I want to scream it again.
I fell asleep. That's why
it should be brought up every time that we bring up Tom Brady. It does matter. He's 45 years old.
No, he's 44.
He's going to be 45 years old. He's 44 years old. He's doing this as an old
He kind of
man.
looked old. Like he's got his pants pulled up higher, I think.
It's
and he's got the little towel draped over him.
Believable.
He looks like... He kind of looks like an old man out there, though. And it's hilarious.
It is hilarious, and he wins games, and he wins championships, and he just wins. He does whatever he has to do to win.
Get them pants up,
pulls his pants up, and he goes and he wins a championship. It's unbelievable. Bill Belichick, he should have hugged him for a little bit longer. I needed the hug to be a little longer. I needed it to be a little bit more of an embrace. He damn near made out with Matt Slater. You could have at least stood there for another second and said, do it for the cameras. I know, Bill. I know you don't care about it, and you don't. You should be on your hands and fucking knees thanking this fucking guy who was a 6th-round pick. You should be sucking his dick midfield.
Using both hands.
I'm glad this is over for my guy because I feel like this was a bit like everybody was watching for this game, and now he can kind of go, okay, I'm 3-1. Everything's good. Let's go rattle off some wins. Let's go beat up on our division a little bit. He's got Miami this next week at home. He's playing Miami. They're going to fuck that team up, especially if it's Jacoby Brissett. So, Tom Brady all day. Got the win.
Josh loves Brady.
So then we go to last night's game, which was the Chargers at Vegas. God damn it, do I miss you, Peyton and Eli? I had to watch it like a schmuck, like a normal person.
I was like...
They're taking a 3-week break.
Okay, because I was like, okay, maybe I should come home and watch the Brady cast.
The Peyton...
The Brady cast. The Manning cast. I'm calling it the Brady.
That'd be great.
They probably should call it the Brady cast, even though it's the Mannings.
No, but I think...
Sorry, Peyton, you're the man. I like you.
I think last night's game, obviously I'm rooting for ridiculous things, but it showed you that the Chargers are
They're good.
For real.
They're good. And the Bosa's both played this week. They weren't hurt, and they both played really well. Very disruptive.
This wasn't even all Justin Herbert. I mean, that's why I'm so mad because they got in the second half. Even though the Raiders came back, they scored. It wasn't as bad of a beatdown as before. It was like it was 21-7.
Had a really good game.
Yeah, that dude's 45. That's what's
incredible. He does seem to be playing.
That dude's got to be 56 out there running around.
How old is Jared Cook?
How old is Jared Cook?
Let's find out.
And the Chargers with Austin Eckler, they seemed like they really were figuring that out, and he ran the ball really well.
He had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm in on the Chargers. It looks good for our guy Justin Herbert. Let's go, Bebear, go, Bebear, go. That's what I kept screaming last night.
Jared Cook is 34.
Oh my God,
that's pretty old for a fucking tight end, man.
He's not 47.
Yeah, but we're talking tight end years.
Tight end, he's 63 in tight end age. That's
they got to block.
Gronk's got to be 28. No, Gronk. Well, how old is Gronk?
Gronk's like 32 maybe.
But
31.
The Raiders came down to earth. I was.
They played okay in the second half.
And you have Hunter Renfro.
And I honestly double digits.
Do you have Mars?
Yeah,
but on the bench.
On the bench, I didn't play it because I could have played Hunter Renfro, AJ Green, or fucking Corey Davis instead of Cortland Sutton, and I wouldn't have.
I think we would have to bench Cortland Sutton if, especially.
And I'll probably put Renfro in just because he's being so consistent.
Targets, man. Yeah. He gets targets.
Consistent.
I picked him up in the other league that I won.
And do you think that maybe Derek Carr's a little bit racist, kind of like Stafford, and he wants to throw?
I'm also scared for Hunter Renfro. Because he seems like a small guy.
Hit though?
Oh, where he hit the dude, that was awesome.
On that fucking fake punt. Blam! I was like, good hit. And he got up. I'm like, shit.
Was that Hunter Renfro? Unbelievable. Yeah, that was the best play of the game. That was the best play of the game.
It was a good.
You know when all the black guys go over and all hyped up and they were all slapping him like, oh my god, bro.
Would you?
Yeah, that was great. They covered the points too. Vegas got a touchdown late in that game.
Vegas isn't as good.
No, they're not. But I will say,
Josh
Jacobs was a game time decision.
He played.
He got 10 points. Wasn't great, but there was a moment at the end of the game that just gave me a hard on where I saw John Gruden turn around. I think we all kind of know John Gruden doesn't like Derek Carr. He doesn't like him.
Right. He's always. And the funny thing is, made that clear.
Yeah, he's very open about it, and he was kind of he turned around. John Gruden turned around. Josh Jacobs was standing right there, and he was John Gruden's doing this, and Josh Jacobs was going, "I'm telling you, bro, you give me the fucking rock. You let me be the one in charge." Like I could see on their face where they were like, "Enough of this fucking."
So next week he's gonna get 35 carries.
I smell it. I'm starting.
3 touchdowns.
I'm starting him.
I'm glad you're not playing me next week. Shit.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs. They're playing.
Is that it for this show?
They're playing the Bears. Well, I mean, we should talk a little bit about some of these other waiver wire people I got.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about waiver wires.
Because that is what you're doing tonight. You're going on tonight.
This is where fantasy legends are made.
Yeah, I'm a fantasy legend.
On the goddamn waiver wire.
I'm a legend of bad picks. That's how I'm a legend.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Renfro and Green.
Well, I'm glad that there's somebody that they can listen to. I'm glad that there's somebody here that they can take advice from.
I'm 1-3.
What the fuck are you talking for? Jesus,
you're whispering shit over into the sweet nothings.
That doesn't make any sense.
Of course you are.
You're 1-3.
With that hat. Yeah, you thought. Who did he think?
DJ Moore was Darnell Mooney.
Man,
I read the D and then the Moo. I said that. You know what?
The D and then the Moo.
Yeah.
The D and then the Moo.
DJ Moore. D. Mooney.
We're going to need to start running sentences through our own heads before we put them in outside talk. So some of the waiver wire people we've kind of hit on. We talked about Daniel Jones and Tyler Heineke. I think both of them are serviceable as quarterbacks
if you need
help. So I don't think either one of them you're going to be like, oh man, I'm excited about this, but I think in certain matchups you could be like, this is going to work. Kenneth Gainwell is still out there in ours.
He's the pass-catching guy for Philly.
He got a touchdown in Philly this week.
I actually think I picked him up and dropped him a few times.
Yeah. He seems like he's going to be that guy, especially if Miles Sanders is still getting the majority of the touches. But good to keep your eye on. If you're looking for a running back, I wouldn't mind that as a kind of stash him away.
Yeah.
He's the only running back I have on my list because it is pretty tight.
No, the Bears. What's his name?
Yeah, but Damian Williams is, like I said, is questionable, and from what I read, he might not play. So now you're looking at
if he does play. So
if he does play,
Montgomery is hurt.
Yeah, he's out.
It's not. They don't think it's an ACL, but even if they're thinking it was possibly an ACL, he's probably not going to play for a few weeks.
They said at least.
So we
6
need to find out. So if it's not, it's Williams.
Damian Williams.
There's so many Williams.
I know.
Hey, like a bunch.
Let's steer around this conversation.
Yeah, but there's a bunch. I think there's 19 Mike Williams.
Well,
I can't keep them all fucking straight.
When you're getting your freedom, and the master said that you can have this name.
Don't have that conversation.
I'm sorry.
But so there's gonna be a Bears running back, and that's all. Their running game is
true.
Okay, so if it is Damian Williams,
you gotta wait it out. I think you gotta wait a week.
Maybe, I don't know, because, and honestly, I don't let's find out how bad he's hurt, because even if it's just 1 week, he'll be the starter next week.
It's a thigh bruise.
It's a thigh bruise. I would go with Williams because you can play through that.
I thought he was out, but either way,
he would be a running back.
Not crazy about the Bears, anyways.
I'm not either, but if he's getting touches, you're looking for touches.
Yeah.
You never know. That offense should get better.
Yeah. So the only tight end that I see out there, which is the running backs, a little lean. Tight ends, a little lean, not a lot out there. But Max Williams on the Cardinals.
The Arizona Cardinals.
He's had 2 good weeks this year, and then 2 average weeks. But he's on a good offense. He's on a good offense, and it seems like Kyler likes him. He hit him in the red zone. He got a touchdown.
He's a big motherfucker.
He's a big dude. So if you're looking for tight ends, it's not a bad idea to go after Max Williams.
Then
there's a bunch of receivers, obviously, as there always is. Yeah. We talked about Randall Cobb. We talked about Jamison Crowder. Kendrick Bourne on the New England Patriots. There are so many injuries as far as James White going out, and
obviously the running game's not that good,
right,
so they're going to be passing.
So they might have to throw it a little more.
He's had a couple good games.
Yes,
you had
this guy.
Cephas.
Cephas.
I dropped him. I think that's who I dropped to pick up AJ Green.
So Cephas and Khalif Raymond are both on the Detroit Lions. And
again, they're like, I'm not sold on those guys.
I have question mark.
If you need somebody, that's fine, but
that's tough though. You're streaming and you're guessing on those. The other one is
I would much rather have Jamison Crowder than any of these other guys. Like Crowder's going to get the ball. They're going to try to throw him the ball.
I think with the relationship that Aaron Rodgers
I would definitely pick him up. I'd be a little hesitant starting him right away, whereas I wouldn't even mind throwing Crowder in that fucking flex spot if you needed somebody.
Yeah.
When do buys start?
Van Jefferson, week 6.
When do buys start?
I think it's week 6.
So Van Jefferson is another guy on the Rams.
Apparently they like him better than Woods.
Jesus Christ. The fuck happened? I thought I had something here. I thought Robert Woods was going to carry me to the promised land.
Theoretically, you could probably have somebody has DJ Moore, Cooper Kupp, and Deebo Samuel. Like that would be very realistic. If you waited,
if you have that, you are winning. You are fucking kicking ass.
And that means you probably
it's week 6.
Week 6 is when buys start. Okay.
Yeah. So, hey, are you gonna be able to stick around for the other hour? Probably not.
I'd probably stick for half of it.
All right. Well, then, in that case, just so that we make sure we get it in, I did something a little fun here. We've been doing some things, and he's already talked shit about it. He's wrong, but I'll get into why. Wrong. Now, let me explain my lists, okay, before you start judging it. It is action-adventure, okay? Action-adventure. I don't know what else you would list Inception as. It's not a drama.
It's not a drama.
It's not sci-fi.
It's not okay.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. It's not what you would say. Here's my other thing. An RPG goes off in the movie, it's all of a sudden it's an action movie. If one RPG goes off, if there's an explosion, it's an action movie. Okay?
So there's guns in it.
Yeah,
they got guns.
It's the ultimate adventure. It's a dream adventure.
Are you ready for the analysts? Inception genres. You're right. Action, science fiction, thriller.
What was the first one?
Action.
Okay.
And number 4 on the list.
We're done here.
After science fiction and thriller is adventure.
We're done here. Oh, so sandwich. so bookended. I'm right. So goddamn it, am I right? Not only did I pick the number 1 thing, I picked the least thing that it could be, and listen. In my categories, I don't have horror because I don't watch scary movies.
It's a heist movie.
I don't do that. It's an action. Oh, that you mean an adventure? A heist and adventure.
Okay.
Let's go on an adventure
Are
together.
we gonna say that Oceans is an adventure movie?
Yes. Actually. So here's the other problem. I'm leaving things off of this, like you won't see The Dark Knight on there, even though I think The Dark Knight is one of the best action movies ever made. However, it falls into a trilogy. So all of these are things that are standalone movies. They don't have sequels. They don't have things that could make them part of something bigger.
Right, which obviously on that list, Lord of the Rings would be number 1.
Lord of the Rings would be number 1. Yep. You're right. You're right. It would. Yep. It would. I love Lord of the Rings, and I'm not going to deny you that. It's my number 1 over here on the trilogies. We could get into that. But let's go into my list here. I got top 10 action-adventure movies of all time. So we're going to start backwards here. I'm going to do you some of these that they're right here, but there are honorable mentions I had to bring up. Django Unchained. I had to bring that movie up. That's obviously should be in the top 10, but it just missed the cut for me. And Gangster Squad is a really... Some people hate the movie Gangster Squad.
I don't think I've ever seen Gangster
I don't think I have either.
It probably has a bad rating on IMDb, but it's this old-timey in the 20s, and Josh Brolin is this cop that is like trying to clean up Los Angeles, and Sean Penn is the like evil guy from Chicago.
Yeah, 31% on Rotten
Yeah, I guarantee you it has a bad rating on, but I fucking love it. I don't get... By the way, the ratings on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb, don't judge movies based on that.
No, that's a fact.
Fuck that shit.
Don't
Because there are times where I've watched movies that have terrible ratings and I've been like, what was wrong with that? The new Suicide Squad got a bad rating.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
That was a very good
What was
movie.
wrong with that movie?
Nothing.
It was entertaining. I watched it from beginning to end.
Absolutely.
The action was good. Sometimes these things can suck, and I'm telling you, give Gangster Squad a try. It wasn't made that long ago either.
Let me see it. I think I might have seen
Josh Brolin, Sean Penn. What's his
I've
name?
seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen that. That's a good
Ryan
movie.
Gosling. It's a good movie.
And then
Emma Stone.
at the end where he shoots him,
it's
his
good.
car.
It's good. It's a good movie. Anyways, honorable mention.
That was good. I don't know if I'd put it in the top 10, but
well, you know,
it was honorable mention.
This is my top 10. And so then we go to my number 10, which is Seven Psychopaths.
I don't know
this
this
is kind
one.
of a random movie. I love it because of the... Did you ever see the movie called In Bruges?
No.
With Colin Farrell? Did you ever see
I've
the
seen
movie?
Seven Psychopaths.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's good, right?
Doesn't it have
Christopher Walken?
Yeah, it's got Walken
Yeah.
in it. Yeah.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
Fucking, he's awesome in it.
Woody Harrelson.
Yes, Woody Harrelson. Fucking,
That's a good movie.
I'm trying to think of his name. Colin Farrell. Yeah, it's an awesome movie. It's a crazy movie. It's so fucking bizarre. It's one of those movies that is... They know you know it's a movie, so they're kind of like it's kind of them commenting on the fact
you're
that it's like
you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we know
you.
we get it. You're why. But he's the guy who made this, Martin Mcdonough. He's I come from the theater world. I used to do theater. I went to school for theater. I thought I was going to be an actor, and here I am. I'm famous. But Martin Mcdonough is this really fucked up playwright that does these crazy plays. He did one where this mentally handicapped brother was his brother is a writer, and he does these horrific, like, where children get murdered. He does this really niche, like, he does these writings of kids getting murdered, and then in the real world, these murders are coming true, and this mentally handicapped brother has been reading his writings and going out and, like, doing them in real life, and he's like, oh, I thought this is what you wanted me to do. So, this writer is super fucked up, and I love him, and Seven Psychopaths is a great movie. I'm promoting it. I'm going to talk the most about it because it's the one that nobody knows, and so they're going to go, huh, what's that movie?
No, that does sound like a legit.
You should definitely watch Seven Psychopaths.
Yeah, it's
badass. Number 9. Okay, this is definitely going to fall more on the adventure side.
I was gonna say this is an action movie.
I also could put this in comedy because it is funny, but I can't. What else would you call this?
Science fiction, dude.
No, I'm not going to make a whole science fiction section.
Dude,
That's nonsense. It
The
is.
Martian.
It's an adventure movie, The Martian. He goes to Mars. He has a hell of an adventure. A hell of an adventure. No way somebody actually survives this, but I love the movie. I thought Matt Damon was awesome in it, and another one that it got strange.
Well, like you said, this is your top 10.
Some people said, this isn't what the book was. This isn't what the book was. I love
There's a book?
This isn't what
it's
happened in
based on
the
a
book.
book.
This isn't what happened in the... Yeah, it's a fucking movie, okay? They're going to do things different. What, you think they somehow found a way to make every fucking comic book movie into a movie? Comic book into a movie? There's no fucking way. There's too many comic books. There's no fucking way they would do it. There's no way that they could take that whole book and make it into a movie. I don't care what they missed on. The Martian was awesome. Yeah, that's my number 9. Number 8... Saving Private Ryan.
Okay, yeah.
Probably should be higher on there.
It should
to
be
honest.
higher, but I
have
thank
my
God
reason-
it's on the list.
Well, dude, I mean, the best war movie of all time.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Best war movie of all time.
World War II war movie, yeah.
They had World War II veterans that had serious reactions to watching that movie in theaters.
Yeah, my granddad had to walk out of the theater.
Yeah, because it was so realistic. That opening scene of D-Day is so realistic. My wife hasn't seen Saving Private Ryan. I need to fix that. I need to make her watch that gore. I need to make her watch the guy going, oh my God! And she needs to be a part of that. Everybody does. But no, I mean, Tom Hanks doesn't miss. He's pretty much perfect in everything that he does, and this was no exception. A lot of first time, like Vin Diesel's in that movie as a young man.
Yeah, Caparzo.
Yeah, shout out Vin. But Saving Private Ryan, obviously, that's on a top 10 list, and it's amazing. At number 8 is going to be Saving Private Ryan. Number 7 is going to be 300.
I don't hate this pick.
Dude, I saw 300 at the Grauman's Chinese Theater when I lived in LA. At the we got tickets to go to the premiere where Gerard Butler was.
Nice.
We were like,
yeah, nosebleeds.
You couldn't see them.
Yeah, they were down there, but I mean, we were
there.
Same room.
We were there, yeah. But no, so on the side, they lined up all these dudes dressed up as Spartans. So during the movie, every time something badass would happen, they would go, oh! And I mean, like, I've never been so... We left from that movie theater being like, let's just punch somebody in the face. I don't fucking care. I'm gonna kick somebody in the chest. And I love 300. Visually, one of the coolest things ever.
Best characters.
Yeah. And just, you know,
he's a badass.
Just how ripped, just gets my gay boner going. I mean, that's what I want. You know, some ripped ass dudes that were just down for each other, and you know they fucked. You know, the Spartans fucked each other to in real life, not on the movie, but in real life they fucked. So
sorta.
No, they did. They had gay sex with each other.
So there's a little bit more to that, but I mean,
were you there?
I think I know a little bit more about this. But
you know more about the Spartans than me. Did you see my kick?
Yeah.
Dude. All right, whatever. But number 6, we're gonna move on from that because look what I can do. Number 6, V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta.
Come on, bruh.
V for Vendetta is an amazing movie.
I agree. That's a good one.
That is probably my
conspiracy theorist.
If you ask, what's your politic background? Like, what do you believe in politics?
V for Vendetta.
You motherfuckers are here for me. Fuck y'all. We should burn this bitch to the ground. And that's straight to all of you government. We're not brought to you by the U.S. government. Not in this house.
DraftKings.
Not in this house. We're brought to you by DraftKings, or brought to you by Red Zone. Please. So V for Vendetta. I love that movie. I think we all agree on that. That's a great number 6. Thank you. Number 5. We're gonna go Man on Fire. Denzel Washington.
I don't think I've seen this.
What?
That's old.
This is the best Denzel movie of all time. This is the best Denzel movie of all time. Spoiler alert, it's not. If anything's over 10 years old, you can't say spoiler alert. This is on you that you haven't seen this.
Yeah, it is.
He puts a bomb up a guy's butt. He captures him. He ties him to the front of the car. He shoves a bomb up his butt, and he basically interrogates him to where the guy's like, okay, I'll give it. And he's like, oh, no, I'm still going to blow you the fuck up. It's an amazing movie. So I'll give you a synopsis since you've never seen it. Denzel is a retired ex-military, whatever.
Crazy. So like The Equalizer.
Now he's living down in Mexico, and he's just drinking his way to death. He's just a full-blown alcoholic. He gets a shout-out from Christopher Walken, who's like, hey, this really wealthy family needs a bodyguard. You should go do it. He goes in. He's an asshole. He won't stop drinking. But he falls in love with young Dakota Fanning, who's this young girl that he's watching. And he ends up, coaching her to be a swimmer. You do this whole thing where you fall in love with, oh, man, she's changing Denzel Washington. Then they kidnap the little girl. And they shoot him, but it does not kill him. And he goes absolutely bonkers. He kills so many people. He kills them in brutal fashion. He's cutting fingers off. He's like, it's so badass. It's so bad. It's my favorite Denzel movie of all time. Man on Fire. Badass movie. Number 4, Children of Men. This one is an interesting. I don't know.
Is that the one where it's got the dude that's like
Clive Owen?
Yeah, and there's no kids or
Nobody
anything.
Can have kids.
Yeah. I never saw it. I remember it, but
it's an apocalyptic type movie because no one can have children anymore.
Dude, how do you have a Clive Owen movie and King Arthur is?
Let me tell you. Some of the shots that they get in this movie, there's one shot in here that holds. Actually, I think the same director, Alfonso.
Yeah,
Cuarón.
that one chick is pregnant.
Alfonso Cuarón is an amazing director because he does continuous shots. So he'll do like 20 minutes where it doesn't cut, and it's just one shot. So as somebody who like was into the movie making side of things for a long time, I see stuff like that, and I'm like.
It's like 1917.
Yeah, I think he's. Is he the same director? That might be the other one, but it might be the same director. But anyways, he's known for that. And the continuous shots in this movie. There's at one point where they're inside of a car, they're driving a car, then motorcycles come and attack the car. Then there's a car that crashes into them. They shoot through the front of the window and blow up her neck. It's like all this shit happens and they never cut. It's when you watch it, if you watch it from that point of view where you're like, holy fuck, like this would be so hard. There were some shots they could only do twice because it was so expensive and so hard to do. It's a really well-made movie. Michael Caine is really good in that movie. Clive Owen, this is the best thing that Clive Owen's ever done. I'm with you on Clive Owen. After that, he's kind of shit the bed. He has a couple of really good emotional breakdowns in this movie. It's really a deep-ass movie about what if all of a sudden we couldn't have kids. I wouldn't think it would throw us into an apocalypse, but it might. If you didn't, in the movie, the last one, turn off the light, like, it's that whole thing. Now we're all just riding this bitch out till death. There is nothing to pass this on to. What are we working for? What do we care about there being business for the future? What do we care about there being food for the future? It causes a really interesting, I didn't think about it, when you watch the movie, you're like, I didn't think about that, but yeah, it really would. It would fuck things up if you couldn't have kids. And then that one kid that eventually would be such a, oh my God, there's a baby. We got, But anyways, Children of Men, I love it. I love it for a lot of different reasons. It's on my top. This is my top 10.
Yeah,
it's your guys, top 10. We're spending a half an hour on my top 10s.
We did. So we'll move.
Let's keep it short.
Number 3.
Everybody, Josh is gonna talk about movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna blab about Clive Owen and suck him off. I suck off all the boys. Tears of the Sun is my number 3. Tears of the Sun, Bruce Willis movie where they go to Africa. They're a bunch of Navy SEALs. I'm not saying it's the best plot of all time, but there's some badass. If you like Navy SEAL type shit, just them, the way that they move, that they were taught by Navy SEALs, so you see them in battle and the way they're like, all right, move, and Bruce Willis has a great, cowboy the fuck up. I love it. Bruce Willis, I love you. I love Die Hard. I love Bruce Willis.
Yeah, why is Die Hard?
Well, because it's a part of a. It's a trilogy. It's a group. Yeah. Which, don't get me wrong, Die Hard's up there.
It's not even a trilogy. I mean,
they've got 5. They've got quintuples. I've got them all. I've got them all over here. I've got even the 5th one. I love it. Number 2 is Braveheart. Mel Gibson, early on in his career, couldn't miss. Ransom, Paycheck, fucking The Patriot.
Braveheart's a great movie.
Braveheart's a great
really good movie.
Great movie. We don't need to go into it. Braveheart, freedom. And number 1 is Inception. It is one of the best movies ever made.
Putting me to sleep here. That's a good movie. I like Inception.
Are you kidding me? Inception put you to sleep?
No. You guys are putting me to sleep.
I'm putting you to sleep. Well, I'll get
They're going to make the dog.
Yeah. At any moment, I can just set off a dog bomb. No, but Inception really was to me, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This was Inception. I incepted them. Do you know their thing, the hallway in that movie?
Oh, there's great scenes in that movie.
They rotated a real hallway, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt is falling around in a real hallway.
He sure is in that movie.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't rate it as number 1 action adventure of all time. Independence Day? You're going to say it's better than Independence Day?
With Will Smith?
With Will Smith?
That's the number 1.
I'm not going to say it's number 1.
No.
No.
That's what you just said. That Welcome to Earth, as he punches the alien.
Dude, how is that not the greatest scene?
Man.
King Kong?
Yeah, you're right. Inception isn't as good as King Kong. No one's going to agree with you on this.
Peter Jackson.
No one. King Kong? People didn't even like King Kong.
Oh, I loved King Kong.
Everyone talked about Inception.
I'm not wrong on this. I'm right on this. I might be wrong on football, but I'm right on all movies.
I completely disagree. I don't know how Independence Day doesn't make this list. I don't know how King Kong doesn't make this list. I don't know how the Patriot doesn't make this list.
I'm with you there. Hey, you're talking Mel Gibson. I would love to throw some Patriot on there.
Mad Max.
Independence Day? You out of your fucking mind?
Are you?
No one puts Independence Day.
Dude, that's a fucking
Armageddon is better
classic.
Armageddon is better than Independence Day.
Armageddon's a good movie.
I'm a little upset that The Princess Bride isn't on
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
Princess Bride not on this movie.
That's a comedy.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's an action adventure comedy.
It's a comedy.
That's it.
If it's more funny, first of all, is there an RPG that goes off in Princess Bride?
Well, what about the fire swamp?
Yeah, the fire swamp. The rodents of unusual size.
Let me tell you,
dueling.
That's kind of like
we're trying to keep this at an hour. We have failed.
Yeah.
And thank y'all so much for watching the Tuesday adventure of the action adventure that is the waiver wire. Maybe the waiver wire.
Just don't watch the last half hour.
No, you watch all of it. You watch all of it. Watch
take it all.
Watch my kicks.
Oh, the kick. Yeah, you might need to see the kick.
And we'll be back. We'll be back for some more. We'll be back for some more.